Hi, Black Cat Demon here, and I finally finished my American Graffiti 55 Chevy Street Machine. And here it is. This kit is made by Revell. This is actually a metal body kit. The body, the axles, and the screws are all metal. The rest of it's all plastic. The kit comes with a bottle of glue and decals. The only decal you're going to be using is pretty much the one for the dash, for the gauges. Other than that, you got 2 extra decals. The coupe also has the same identical decals as far as the waitress and the words American Graffiti. This kit is a nice model because the axles are a nice movable axle. This car can roll really good, so if you put this on a shelf, I highly recommend putting something under those tires or in front of them, so that way the car is not going to roll off the shelf if it gets bumped or nudged or anything like that. This car is pretty much a standard Chevy Bel Air, is the way they built it. So the seat was already pre-painted, but again, it was done up like the Bel Air, so you want to make it look more like the movie, you got to paint the seat up black, put that white stripe across it. Same with the back seat, even though it's hidden, that is going to follow through to the back. The door panels I could not find any photos of the real car. So I just pretty much did it up myself, so I just painted them up two-tone, so black, white, some chrome on them. The dash was already pretty much pre-painted for you, so I just took and I used my Melatow marker over it, so I brought the chrome out, did some black washes to bring out the word Chevrolet and the radio and stuff like that. I just took my Melatow and did up the chrome and everything on the radio buttons, the vents, so I tried to do some detail on it to make it look more correct to a Bel Air. The steering wheel is not correct to the movie. The tires, again, don't have the fat racing slicks like it's supposed to. The emblem on the back is actually a sticker, so you either have to pull that off or put paint over it to make it look movie, like the movie. On my cover, I just took some black paint and I just wiped it on, wiped it off. So I filled in the cracks a little bit, so there's a little bit of details there. Again, that was my own doing. The skull is, because this is a 20-year-old model, the skull plastic is a little bit fragile. So in my case, when I was putting the mirror in the place, my skull actually broke at the very top ring. So what I did was I took some sewing thread, coated it with model glue, glued it to the back of the skull, which I actually used a little bit of super glue on that. And I glued it into the back of the skull, and then I set it here for about 20-30 minutes with a pair of tweezers and a toothpick, and I got everything to go around, glued it into place, made sure it was in the right area for the dash and everything so it would sit up high. And then I touched it up with white paint so it blends in. So if you are going to build one of these kits, I highly recommend on that skull alone, putting something behind there or something to reinforce that plastic so that way it don't break. The skull has detail on it, but they didn't paint it up. So if you do a wash on it, you can bring out the eyes, the mouth to some degree. So that's kind of cool if you want to do it that way. Another thing is too, it does move. I got it kind of wedged to some degree. The roof of the car is already painted, but because I didn't put in the plastic windshield in here and everything, you actually have pop rivets up here on the top. So what I did on mine was I took some JB Weld, put over top of those pop rivet areas, filled it in and touched up repainted the whole thing, just white model paint. And again, it's just little things here and there I did, not too much, but it's a nice kit. Because it has a bigger tire on the back and the small tire at the front, it has that nice stance to it. So I recommend this kit to anyone that's really, into American Graffiti. It's not a bad kit. It has a lot of detail to it. It's not going to be like, like I said, 2-lane blacktop. You're not going to have the correct beefed up motor and everything. It's not going to open up like this. But again, it still looks cool and everything. I just wish there was more reference materials out there of the actual Chevy, so that way you can find out the paint scheme on the interior, the doors and stuff like that. Because I know I got that wrong. That's probably going to be like maybe all black or something. But just the two-tone on this kit, it goes with everything. It pops. But I also did a wash on the rims and everything. I also sanded down the tires. But again, nice kit, looks good. Looks nice on the shelf with the coupe. It also looks good with my other coupe and my dragster. So again, I got Graffiti 1 and Graffiti 2. on my shelves. So again, nice kit. Highly recommend this for any American Graffiti fans out there. So bye, thanks for watching, and here's a whole bunch of photos of the build.